with Brahmakumaris.
Namaskar. Welcome to Awakening with Brahmakumaris. Welcome, sister.
Om Shanti.
And welcome to Going Beyond.
Thank you so much.
In the last episode, we were talking about comfort zone and how break that comfort zone and get out of it. But there is a problem somewhere, sister. The problem is of that control. I think, let me bring this control also into a comfort zone. One person is very comfortable in controlling this, controlling that, and that power is so difficult to get out of it. What does one do there?
Very beautiful thing, because this is probably one of the most subtle things which sometimes we're not even aware. There is one kind of control where we are aware that we are controlling, and there's another very subtle control where we're not even aware that we're controlling people, and we're not even aware that we are being controlled by people. The biggest illusion that we live in, we can control people. Let's say, and how do we control people? Controlling people is when people will respond to us the way we want them to do.
The way we want them to.
The way we want them to do. And if they're not doing it, we will react in a particular manner to get them to respond that way to us. Let's say, for example, and it can start with, again, that age, that the parents would want the child to behave in a particular manner, and if the child is not doing something that the parent wants him to do, one option is get angry. And when the parent gets angry, the child will suddenly change his or her behavior, and the parent feels the child is in my control. And this is not even a thought, we use it in our vocabulary. My child is in my control. And after a certain age we say, my child's gone out of control. Out of control. So
now he's in the control of his wife.
Yeah. Not even wife is much later, but even when a child grows up to be like 14, 15 and doesn't start listening to everything that we want them to do. Teenagers today, they're out of control. And then, of course, like you said, once they get married, now he's in the control of his wife, which means everyone has to be in the control of someone or the other. That's what we feel. And we're trying to get them in our control. So when a parent gets angry with a child and the child changes their behavior after receiving the anger from the parent, the subtle feeling inside is, I was able to control him. If sometimes anger doesn't work, you don't use anger with everybody. You can also use being upset. You can see times when the parent will just stop talking to the child. Not get angry, just upset, just of low face. And the child will change his behavior.
Games people play.
It's not games, it's a way to get them.
An emotional game. No?
Yeah, emotional game. You don't even feel that you are blackmailing somebody. You just feel you want them to change to what you want them to be.
I'm agree with you.
Yeah. So either it can be anger, it can be hurt, it can be very, very upset. I'm disappointed. And the other person changes. So very subtle, different emotional reactions because of which other people change.
And the
which is
moment
fine.
they change, I'm so proud of you.
That is very important. Now what happens is that if the other people change, it's fine because people have a choice to change according to what they feel is needed for that situation or that person. But the dangerous part is that I will start feeling that they changed because I can control them. It's like, let's say you're behaving in a particular way and I want you to behave in a little different way. So I use either anger or irritation or hurt. I just stop talking. I can just sulk like that and you change. Now, you change. Why do you change? You change is a choice that you make for whatever reasons. For the good of the relationship, because you want the other person to be happy, because you probably feel maybe what the other person is saying right, whatever, X, Y, Z.
Try to please him.
Reasons could be whatever. Even if you're doing it to please the other person, it's a choice that you are making.
Yes.
So whatever you are doing, whatever change you're bringing out in your behavior is your voluntary decision to change yourself. But the critical part is if I start feeling that I am able to control you. And what happens is if you change once, twice, thrice, it deepens my belief system that I am able to control this person. And then I'm going to start using that controlling power a little too often.
And what about the person who's being controlled? He
Actually,
also feels
yes.
weaker and weaker day by day, and
Absolutely.
he cannot do anything without the other party.
Yeah, now what? Yeah, perfect.
And then he also comes in that kind of a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Arey, he's not at home. How do I solve this problem?
Yeah.
Arey, he's not at home. I wish he was there. Okay, call him.
Yeah. One is outer things that I can't do this and this without them. But here we're talking about control more on the subtle, the emotional level. Now, one is I am getting the feeling that I am controlling you, and you are getting the feeling that you are being controlled. And actually both are not true.
Both
I
are
am
making a
living in
choice.
this illusion that I am controlling you. And you are living in this illusion that you are being controlled by the other person. Both are not true because both make both the people weak. Even the one who gets used to controlling other people becomes weak.
Why?
Because every time I'm controlling, I'm also creating a subtle fear. What if they don't listen to me? And my happiness is again becoming dependent on you doing things my way. Because the minute you're not going to do it my way, I'm going to get disturbed, and immediately is, they're no longer in my control. And now what should I do to get them back into control? So it's another game altogether, which is only going to make me weak. And the other person who is feeling that I'm being controlled, that's even more critical because they can continue living their life saying, I have no choice. I have to be like this because of, and point fingers at a lot of people. And both are actually not true. The one who is changing their response is making a conscious decision. Like a child. Let's say even a child. 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 50 times. They're choosing to do what the parent is saying. But they are choosing to do what the parent is saying.
Why are you emphasizing so much on choosing?
Because we should remember that today I am choosing to do what they're saying. Tomorrow I may choose not to do what they are saying.
So it's my choice.
It is my choice. Let me not say to myself, I'm being controlled by them.
And then not to blame
Blame
others later.
others. Absolutely. Blame others for how I'm feeling.
So that makes you further weak. As you said, both the parties get weak.
Yes, if I understand that I'm not being controlled, I'm choosing. I'm choosing to listen to what they're saying and change myself to whatever they want. It's my decision, very important. It's my decision, so most important, I have the power to lead my life the way I want to do it, rather than always feeling that I am victim to so many people.
But so many joint family daughter-in-laws and new entries in the family, they feel the same thing. I'm a victim. I'm forced, and they control me so much. I've got to listen to my husband, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law. I am what? Who have I been? Am I a slave? What the? These kind of feelings are there. No?
I have got to listen to them. Says who?
Says I.
Says I. Don't listen.
Then there'll be problems at home.
Good. So if I don't listen, there will be problems at home. Then what will happen?
Then there'll be fights between husband
Then
and
there
wife.
will be fights between husband and wife. Then what will happen?
Then the father-in-law and the son will fight.
Right. Then what will happen?
Then they'll separate.
Then they will separate.
Then they might separate. Then it can lead to divorce.
Good. Then it would lead to divorce. So suppose I am the daughter-in-law, I don't want all these 5 things to happen.
So I'm choosing.
So I'm choosing to listen to them. And in some cases, where I'm just not going to agree to what they're going to say, I don't mind if all these 5 things happen. But I'm still going to stick to what I want to do. So either ways, it's my choice. It's very important because...
It's beautiful, sister. Either way, it's my choice.
It's my choice.
If we remember this, we do not sulk and feel. Now, we made it so clear in very simple lines that either ways, it's my choice.
It's my choice. And let me do it with the awareness that it's my choice. Even if I am listening to what the other person is saying and using that option, what they are saying, I'm doing it because it's my choice. This makes me feel very good because it gives me the feeling that I'm living my life according to my choice and my decisions. I have the power to lead my life.
But here you cannot say, I did it for my father, I did it for for the sake of my relatives, and for the sake of respect of my family. All those things, their mind gives you all those tricks.
Yes.
Yesterday also I was telling you, mind plays so many tricks.
Yes. So this is awareness. This is awareness. I'm doing it because I want to do it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever reason. Even to the extent of some women can suffer through domestic violence at home. They can get beaten up for years and years, bruised absolutely. Sometimes body is really damaged, but they continue living in the same house. And they'll say, can't do anything, it's because of them. No, they are choosing to live there. For 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever reasons. For my children, because I don't have anywhere else to go, because society will not accept if I move out, because my parents will not be ready if I move out of my husband's house and go there, because I'm not independent.
Let there be any reason.
Worst. Think of the worst.
I'm doing for the sake of family, I'm doing for this, any reason, but finally it's my choice.
My choice. Someone in an office works in particular ways which they're not comfortable working in. Could be unethical practices, could be late working hours which they don't want to do, could be very high targets which they feel they cannot achieve and they're under a lot of stress trying to achieve it. But continuously saying to myself, it's because of them. Now, I'm choosing to do this because this job matters to me, because I don't think I can get a very good job right now, because my family is dependent on the salary that I get from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. I am choosing to do this. No one is controlling me. So I'm not a victim. I'm a master. It's a big shift. Big shift.
Just now I was saying, one has to do this, one has to do that because of life. I mean, family, the victim, suddenly it's my choice and I'm doing it. Even my way of speaking changes. If the thought makes me change as an actor, I can feel the difference.
Yes, and it also tells me that I have a choice,
and
even if I want to do something else.
More self-esteem and more self-confidence.
Absolutely.
I could feel in those 2 lines itself.
Yes, this. Now take this to everything. It could be in terms of doing things for people. It could be in terms of feeling things when with people. I am choosing. Nobody is controlling me. I am not controlling the other person. Even especially the other thing is very risky, where I feel that I am controlling people. Because people to a certain time can keep on listening to what I am saying. And then suddenly, one day, they're going to do something totally different.
Or otherwise, as long as you're a minister, or as long as you're the general of the army, or as long as are you on that seat, on that post, people listen to you.
Yeah,
control after that.
Yeah, that is out of position. That is still easier to accept. That Yeah, it's easier to accept that.
It's the most difficult thing, sister.
Really?
Actors who lose their jobs and their positions, and the ministers who lose those lights on the cars and the salutes and the salamis, and the generals and all that. That's very difficult to come out of it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because they're used to the world being according to the way they want them to be.
Yeah, control means so much of power.
Power, yeah.
So much of power, unbelievable power.
Actually, look at this line also. Control means so much of power. Actually, control means so much of weakness. If I feel, one is that people are doing what I'm saying to them. That's okay. That's fine. But I am being able to control people is weakness. Because then my feeling powerful is dependent on you obeying me, which is very fragile. Because one fine morning it's going to change.
That is why when you lose the seat and you're no more on the chair, and the other party no more one day listens to you, says, sir, don't you remember you're not my boss anymore?
Even in relationships,
Yeah.
like a parent-child, a husband-wife.
Yeah, even a son can say,
Yes.
I'm old enough, Dad.
Not only say it, he just does things a different way. That's all. He is no longer yes, yes, yes to everything that I'm saying. Till this age, he was like, yes, you tell me what I should do and I'll do it. I'll do exactly what because you think right for me. Keeps doing everything without using too much of his mind and intellect. And I feel my control. And then suddenly, when they're 14, 15, they start having a different opinion.
Yeah.
And when they start having a different opinion,
Parents don't like it.
And then sometimes their opinion is what their friend's opinion is. And so then their parents will say, oh, he's in the control of his friends now.
And sometimes their opinion is their wife's opinion or mother-in-law's. And then they say, well, then the parents say, look, he's listening to us.
When we're dealing with people, suppose I'm the senior person or the parent or whichever relationship, I should just be aware I can say what I have to say. I can give my opinion, but very clear that even if the other person is listening to what I'm saying, I'm not controlling them. They are choosing to accept what I have said to them. Today they may choose this. Tomorrow they may choose something else. So tomorrow, if they are choosing to listen to what somebody else is saying, like you said, the son, today he's choosing to listen to what I am saying. Tomorrow he will choose to listen to what the wife is saying, what the mother-in-law is saying. Let me not feel that the son has gone out of control because the son was never in control. It's just that choices are different from time to time. So that I'm very aware my power is not on the other person listening to me, but my power is in me listening to myself. That is a powerful being. And now shift from trying to control them to trying to let them be what they want to be. And not getting upset if they're choosing to listen to someone else today.
So why should one get upset if the other person is growing or changing? Or maybe we're not saying it's negative or positive. Growing, changing.
Whoever likes to lose power. So when I associated they listening to me with control and control with power, so which means if today they're not listening to me, I'm losing control, which means I'm losing power and which means I'm becoming powerless. Low feeling. Who likes to feel powerless? No. This gives you happiness because power is associated with happiness. The only thing was we associated power over other people with happiness, and actually it was power over my own self which was happiness. And when people do not do things our way, then we start resisting them also. It becomes very difficult to accept people as they are. Suppose the son is not now listening to what I am saying. We have to see how I feel inside. Am I as comfortable as what I was when he was listening to me?
Can you say that line you told me in Hindi the other day? Baap nahi, Malik ban ke raay dena, bacha ban ke
Sweekar karna.
Yeah. Can you just explain
At
that?
the Brahmakumaris, it's a beautiful slogan.
I love that line.
Yeah, and I love it. And it just works everywhere, in every relationship. It says, Malik bankar raay dena, balak bankar sweekar karna. Be the master while giving your opinion, and be a child while accepting the decision. It means in any relationship, whether it's at work, family, in a huge organization, the feeling of belongingness, this place belongs to me, these people belong to me, I should always give my opinion. Always. Because who will we give our opinion to? To some people whom we feel they belong to us. It's a connectivity. You won't really get up and go and give your opinion to a stranger. And say, it's okay, it's their life. They can do what they want. But to people who are close.
So give your opinion like you're the
Master. Because a master will always, care for everybody. So I am the master, I have to give the opinion. But after that, let the person choose their decision and become a child when they're going to take a decision, because a child's opinion is never accepted. ये तो बच्चा है.
So while I am giving an opinion, I am the master, and while the other person accepts or not, I become a child because,
Yeah.
nobody
Because nobody listens to a child. And a child doesn't get hurt if his opinion is not accepted.
And child says, Papa, I want this, later, finished.
Yeah, not I want this. A child will give an opinion. Let's say you're running the house in a particular way. And a little child might come and give you an opinion that this is not what you should do in the house. This is how you should do it. You will not necessarily take his decision and he will not feel hurt because you say, chota hai, bachcha hai.
So if I become a child, I won't be hurt if my opinion is not being
Yeah, because it's very risky if I get hurt.
But at the same time, sister, never ever stop giving your opinion.
That's most
The day
important.
you stop giving your opinion, that means you're hurt somewhere.
Absolutely, because we can give our opinion 5 times, 10 times, and if the other person doesn't listen, the hurt says, now I'm not going to say anything to them. Anyways, they do things the way they want them to do. And then we stop playing our role of a guide, of a facilitator, of a friend.
That's not being honest in relationship.
Yes, absolutely. They may never listen to us. If we give 100 opinions and they never take any of them, but the role of a guide, parent, friend is to always give what they feel is right for the other person and yet accept whatever decision they take.
Isn't this line very close to going beyond comfort zone?
Absolutely.
Child malik ban ke opinion dena and child ban ke swikar karna. Both ways you're going out of breaking your comfort
zone. Because the comfort zone earlier was that they will listen to what I say. So I'm only comfortable with that. And the minute they don't listen, I'm like very, very disturbed. And when I get disturbed, the energy that will transmit to the other person is of resistance. It's not love, it's hurt. It's no more the acceptance, it's resistance. Even though it's very subtle to see how can we resist our own children. But when we get hurt, it's not pure good energy, it's not love, it's resistance. It's like, why did they do this? Why aren't they doing it this way? This way will not be right for them. This is not the way. Why aren't they listening to me? Why are they listening to the other person? Energy of resistance which is transmitting to the other person. And this will not be healthy in the relationship. That means conflict has started. When one person starts resisting the other, the person has started giving rise to conflict. And the other person will receive that energy of resistance and create resistance in return. And very soon, both the people are in a very subtle conflict. It might not come out in words yet, but internally, they are already in conflict with each other. Harmony is gone.
So many times, children say, okay, dad, to parents when they give Malik Banke, when they give their opinion. And they tell their friends, oh, I have to say that in front of him, okay. Actually, I didn't mean it, because then he feels hurt.
Yeah, so it's not true.
Sundar, what are we doing to the child? Teaching him
to be dishonest.
Yes. And this goes on and on and on.
Absolutely. So it can be very critical. So we will gradually learn now how to move from control to going to influence people. One is controlling people, and the other is influencing.
That's a beautiful line. Influencing people instead of controlling people. And I think that we should do it in the next episode immediately.
Definitely.
So now for a small meditation.
Sure. Let me sit back and look at my field of relationships. Family, friends, workplace, neighbors. Always surrounded by people. People whom I wanted them to be the way I thought is right. And I reacted in many, many ways, just for them to do things the way I felt was right. And I felt I could control them. Let me just step back for a moment and look at them once again with a different perspective. They are listening to what I'm saying. They are doing what I want. But I am not controlling. They are choosing to do it that way. It's a conscious, aware decision that they are making. Let me step back and see them doing that. And let me be aware that the other soul will always make choices and decisions according to what they feel is right. And they always have the freedom to choose what they want to do. My role is to guide, facilitate, give my opinion, and always be there to support them in whatever decision they make. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Thank you.
Om Shanti.